Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Mark Tech. So I know like a lot of you have been waiting for like this first video. I said I was going to release a video about how I switched from the medical field to cloud security. It's been an interesting year, so like a lot of things have happened. So apologies, but in this video, what I'm going to try to do is just to give you like a quick breakdown on the process I took, because I think a lot of people like in this, especially like end of year, they're thinking about career changes, they're moving to like new countries, and they're thinking of switching to IT or cybersecurity, or to be more specific, cloud security. So in this video, I'll try to like break down that process. Okay, so yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. So the first thing is, initially I started out in the medical field. So like growing up, I come from like a Nigerian family, and you basically like choose your path. So you're either like an engineer, you're a doctor, or like you're a lawyer. So I was supposed to be like the doctor in the house, so to say. So I think I did a bit of it. Like my BSc was in a pre-med course. I was actually like went to the US to like get the whole medical school thing done, but eventually that didn't work out. So I had to come back to my home country, Nigeria, and like start off my career from fresh. So it was, in fact, to be honest, it was exactly like this December period. I was thinking like, okay, I just got back from US, and I was a bit like, let's say, not happy. Like I was like, okay, what am I going to do with my life? And it was then I decided like, okay, let me just look at things that are out there. And I think I remember back in uni, there were some people that they called out for like that they were like CCIEs and stuff like that. So I was interested to know like what does CCIE mean, because apparently it was something very difficult and hard to take. And when I did a bit of research, I realized that it was about like networking, so like playing like with routers and switches and all of that. So I was like, okay, there was an easier like the foundational step certification, which was called the CCNA. I think Cisco has released something more simpler called the CCENT. But at the time it was just the CCNA. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and get the CCNA, and that would be like my my first step into IT. I mean, I told a lot of people, I told like friends, family, and all of that, and they were like, this guy gone crazy, like how do you switch from medical to IT and stuff like that? But like, yeah, you know what, let me just try it. Like, what's the worst that can happen, you know? So yeah, I did that. I mean, it wasn't an easy process, but learning about new concepts you've never heard before, like learning about switches, routers, like all of that. I'm sure like when you do your research, you realize that too. But I did that, and one thing that helped me though was I found someone like a mentor at that time. I was already teaching and coaching, and his name was Samson, and he really helped me, because he kind of like just gave me that encouragement and made me feel like, okay, yeah, what you're doing is you're doing something that's difficult, but at least you can get there. And honestly, I just really needed a win at that point. So yeah, that was me. I took the whole journey. It took me about like, I think I started the whole IT thing. I made the decision in December, but I actually like started going for like classes and courses in January. It took me I wrote the exam like in April, so it took me close to 3-4 months just to like get like level-headed and feel ready for the exam. And it wasn't an easy process. But anyway, I would like have a detailed video on that. So anyway, I did the CCNA, and I eventually passed it, and that was like the huge eureka breakthrough moment. I did that, and after that, I went on like doing like more certifications. In my course of study, I kind of like picked up security, like network security. So I did the CCNA security, and honestly, like playing around with like firewalls and all of that, it made me. And firewalls are basically like a network device that like prevents like bad guys from coming into your system and stuff like that. So it kind of like picked up the curiosity and like the security aspect of things, and that's where I delved into like the security aspect. And after quite some time, I worked as like a network security engineer. Network security planning engineer. I decided like, okay, I don't have like background in cyber, I might as well go and get like a educational program, like a master's program in cybersecurity. And that's when I did my master's, and after that, that's when I got like my first actual like cloud security job. One thing though, like I need to also emphasize that while I was doing my master's program, I heard about cloud, how big it was, and like what potentials could be. And this is why I tell people like, you need to be able to like catch trends and see like how can I like leverage my skill set to the trend. So I saw like cloud was a trend, So while doing my master's program, I was also like preparing for like taking like cloud certifications. So the ones I took were like AWS security, Google Cloud security, and all of that. So when I came out, I didn't just have like networking skills I had like prior, like what I'd done before. I also had like the certifications in cloud. So like that helps you, like that doesn't only like show like employees, like employers rather, that you're a self-learner. It shows that you can like learn new stuff, and I tell people like certifications aren't the only only thing you should get, but they give you, it's a way of saying like you've been independently assessed to know about the skill, so they don't have to like start asking you questions because you know like you've gone through that process. And if you go through the process well, you follow the curriculum, do the labs, it really helps you, like you boost your like your CV and resume and all of that. So most of the cover areas, I think what really helped was like the certifications and all of that. So that, in my advice, if you're like switching from careers, like maybe switching from maybe medical or wherever you're coming from, and you don't have like a background, I think medical, like getting certifications will probably be like your best bet. Doing it the right way though, like making sure you like go through the curriculum, do the labs and all of that. You can add those labs that you take because a lot of them are like done in like simulated environments and they're very similar to what you be doing your day to day. And then you can add that to like your resume and all of that. So that really helps a lot. So just to keep this short video like in a very short, first thing I did was to get my CCNA, get some other certifications, CMP and all of that. Got a job, worked for some time, and did my master's in another country, United Kingdom to be precise, and then got like a couple of cloud certifications, and that's how I landed my first role. So for you, like if you're starting out, what would I say? What would be my advice for you? Do a bit of research into like what area you're trying to get to, because you're going to be doing this on day to day. Find someone that is in the field or like you've seen that you know that is like a SME in this area, that's a subject matter expert, and reach out to them and be like, oh, we're trying this out, we're trying that out, and then you're trying to like get your first job and everything, and they can help and they can guide you. I'm super busy, but if you feel free to reach out to me. My profile is MapCloudSec on Twitter. I also have like free and available resources you can also like check and stuff like that. So yeah, that would be my advice. And then honestly, like just get your hands dirty. It's 2023 is here. You have to have like a strong why too while you're doing this. So for people like the reason why like they try to like switch careers or change jobs or everything is that they want to make more money. The economy is hard and tough, and people are trying to like make more money, provide more for their families, and whatever your why is, use that as like your motivation to like to switch into IT, switch to cybersecurity. That'll be my advice. So I try to keep this video short. In the subsequent videos, you can hear more from me. So have a great year ahead.